Guys, Mark here. Welcome back to the Shapiro Capital Podcast. Today, I have my 19-year-old daughter, Isabella Paulina. Her last name is obviously Shapiro. And she is named after my dad, Paulina. And she's not just special, she's not just unique, she is addicted to shopping. So we're going to be discussing how that makes her feel when she goes shopping. But no, I'm just joking around. She is in her sophomore year at the University of Tampa. She's a car girl. There's many other things. She works at a farm. She likes giving out ice cream. And she loves to cook. She is, quite frankly, more amazing than you could imagine. And I'm more proud of her than she actually knows because I'm very, very hard on her. But we're going to get a little raw. We're going to get very open. And hopefully we're not going to get too emotional. But I want to give the floor to my 19-year-old daughter. She's going to ask some questions. I'm going to ask some questions. And I want to introduce you to the amazing superpower of the Shapiro family, Isabella.
Thanks, Dad. Hi, everyone. I'm Isabella, and today we're gonna talk about a little bit about my dad's past and what it was like not having him in my life for a while, and we're just gonna be open with you guys and see what you guys don't know. So, Dad, what was it like being in prison, and what went through your head when you were there?
That's a very loaded question.
Very.
Um, I will tell you that if your mom hadn't sent me pictures and cards of you, there were days where I didn't know if I was going to make it through the day. But I would look at those pictures. As everybody knows, I'm religious, and I would always pray to God, and He would give me extra strength. And prison is it's not a fun place. It's not a place where you go to make friends. It's not a place where you go to be actually rehabilitated, because that's not what the prison system does. But for some reason, I was able to get a job when I first started there in education, and I was able to find a better balance within myself, and that was teaching. And that evolved into what I teach here in Shapiro Capital. So, without knowing that you were out there, without knowing that you were flourishing, because I couldn't talk to you, you did come to visit me, and your mom did come bring you when you were very young and barely walking, but she was so financially challenged because of what the federal government did to us. And it's odd because after so many years, finally being given a pardon, and on my second appeal, the appellate court ruling in our favor, and today it still seems like a blur to me since my release from or because of the great Donald J. Trump. So that's just a little bit of the insight. Being in prison it's a very hostile environment. There are many different factions of individuals. Also, wearing a yarmulke is not highly looked upon as a good thing, but I wasn't going to take my yarmulke off, and I had to stand up for what I believed was right. But and having the ability to make a difference in another person's life, that gave me purpose, and that gave me a reason to get up every day and to try to change another person's life. Even though with a sentence that I was given, it's no different than a life sentence, because 85 years is a long time. And it took a long time to eventually prove my innocence.
And then my follow-up question was, can I pause?
They're gonna cut it all off.
I'm sweating.
Who turned the air off? Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
Say whatever you want.
okay, you need to ask me a question.
What was it like the first time we met? Besides you being a little snotty kid.
Okay.
I said, what was it like the first time that we met?
It was scary. It was like very nerve-wracking, and I didn't know like what to think or like what was gonna like come out of it. But then like a part of me was like super happy to like have a father figure back in my life.
Oh, but you had a stepfather.
No. He was with us for about 4 or 5 months prior to you getting out. So everything was fairly fresh.
Mm-hmm.
But
Your mom couldn't have waited any longer?
no. She's getting antsy.
Yeah. I don't think she waited that long.
15 years?
No, it wasn't 15 years. I think,
15 years.
okay, so she waited 15 years.
That's a long time.
All right. Well,
Very long time.
I am a handsome guy, so,
We all know.
we definitely know. So if you want people to know something about you, tell them something that you want them to know.
I feel like people get like a big misunderstanding of my dad and I, and like the way I'm treated, especially being like saying that like I'm spoiled or like things like that, when like I work hard for my stuff too. Like not everything was always handed to me, especially in those 15 years of not having you in my life. Nothing was just like handed to me, and Mom taught me that too, and that always stuck with me. And then when you were released and then our relationship built more and more, then things weren't always handed to me like I would want, but I worked hard for my first car. We made a deal that I had to get a job before I could get the car.
Let's not even talk about cars
That
and
was-
crashes. You have to wear a bite guard when you drive your car now.
No.
Did you smash up your first car?
Yes.
Yes. Did you smash up your second car?
Eventually.
Yes.
Eventually.
How many rims did you smash up?
12.
12. It's an even dozen.
It's even.
You can't smash up 11. It's got to be 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
So, all right.
But it's okay. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. You haven't smashed up this car yet, although somebody hit you in the parking garage at school.
And it's still not fixed. Whoever you are, if you're watching this,
You bad person.
you're horrible.
Yes. We don't know where you are, but don't smash anybody else's cars. So, what did we eat that first time that I met you?
We were at a...
It's really good
we were at
pizza.
De Capo, right? It's
Nope.
called De Capo, yeah. In Avon.
In Avon?
Yeah.
It's the Capo.
Mm-hmm.
You were a baby.
I was 15.
You were a baby, and we used to take you there with... Isabella has 3 other sisters who I hope one day they decide they want to have the relationship that they used to have with their father, because he loves them very much. And you're missing an incredible sister, okay? Half-sister. And we used to go there because it was natural pizza. And back then I didn't eat kosher. and the pizza is incredible. It's a brick oven,
Yeah.
and it was still open. And I remember taking you there with Sarah Madison and Carly, and you in the car seat.
Mhm.
And your mom, I don't remember what she would feed you, but everything had to be organic, and everything had to be. She would make her own baby food for you, so because you were definitely a tough kid.
I'm just picky. That's really just it. I'm very picky
Yes,
with
we know that.
everything. Not just food.
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Like what? What are you picky with?
Just everything.
Why do you like cars so much?
I don't know. They just like they bring you like happiness. Like just
Cars?
Yeah.
I thought you used to like to run. Didn't you used to run every
Okay,
day?
I did used to run.
When are we
but
going to start that again?
It's Florida. It's too hot. It's not like Connecticut. I can't just go on a run and it's cold and then it warms you up. Here you get overheated and you get all sweaty and
That's
I don't
good. You
wanna
feel
be
good when you
sweaty.
sweat.
I don't like sweating.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So guys, I want you also to know this. Isabella is actually going to be in the upcoming Olympics. I didn't know if you knew this. She has been in training for the Olympics, and she trains about 6 days a week. And for all you guys that want to know what her sport is, it's shopping. Okay, she's taking over for her older sisters who have already medaled in the Olympics in shopping. Now they medal in eating. You're going to probably have to cut that out, Tanner Banana. So, yeah. But Isabella is going to medal. She's going to get the gold for shopping this year.
I very much deserve it. Thank you.
She deserves it.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is definitely crazy. So tell us, college. What's college like?
It's fun. I'm not that much into like the big going out scene, so I don't like partake in that side of college in any chance, and you know that. Not my cup of tea. And I mean, the classes are good. They're nice and small, so like you get one-on-ones with the teachers and you have like attention through them. So you're not like falling behind in like a large class.
Mm-hmm.
And all the teachers are very understanding with like issues going on or like if you couldn't make it. But other than that, our campus is beautiful and it's a really nice school. It is pretty small though, but it's nice. Because
What is the enrollment? Do you know how much?
I
How
think
many people?
I might be wrong on this. It's either in the 30% or 24% right now.
No, I mean the number of students,
Oh.
the total
Okay, you
enrollment.
gotta cut that out, Tanner.
The total enrollment could be 2,000,
I'm not sure. I
10,000.
think it's about 10,000.
That's not that small. I mean, the campus is
Probably less.
campus is beautiful.
It's probably less, honestly.
The campus is beautiful. So, I meet you. Your mom has a glass of wine. My friend Shimon is there because I don't have a driver's license, which I had to take both tests, the written and the driving test. And we have this pizza, and then you leave. And what do you think?
I was like,
Weird?
this is weird. Because, like, not seeing you and not visiting you either. And I feel like it kind of made it harder.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't think you'd ever come back.
Did you ever ask your mom to come visit me?
She just didn't think it was the right time. Because I was still young. And I think she also, like, had an idea, like, possibly you would get out. So I think she had a gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And her gut feeling was right. Which was surprising.
Well, your mom did actually see a lot of the projects that we were doing, and that we actually had a real business and a real company and lots of real employees. But they, you can't, sometimes you can't fight City Hall. So okay. Fast forward to when you started to realize that you actually wanted to get to know me. What stopped you from getting to know me, or what helped you to get to know me?
Just like realizing like everything that's on the internet, like not all of it is true, and like stuff that is about you on the internet that people probably do search up, it's not true, and like you were pardoned for a reason. So I always see that reason being like,
Because I'm handsome?
yeah,
Yes, that's it.
like you didn't do like something like horrible like everyone thinks you did.
No, we actually had a really great company, and we had such amazing employees. We had such amazing investors. Our bankers, all of our vendors were phenomenal, and they helped us build a big business. So today that hurts every day, and it's funny because this is one of the crazier parts of what the government did. We were in the process of selling two of the buildings that we had bought with the investor money, and were about to return roughly half of their proceeds from those sales. And the government, when they arrested me, reversed the contract. Then they systematically sold all 58 projects for somewhere between 8 and 12 cents on the dollar to people who were related or had some form of insider dealing in the entities. So it was a highly, highly corrupt action. But I've had to just put it behind me, and then through the grace of our God, I was able to find a voice, and then that voice I was able to actually help people. So, and having a voice was one of Christians doing, and then it just continued to grow from there. And, you know, it's weird because I've watched you change since I met you a lot.
Definitely.
How many fights did you get in for people giving you a hard time when you were in high school?
A lot. A lot. I also
Get your ass kicked?
No, I got kicked out of
I know.
I got kicked out of one of my high schools.
Yes.
That wasn't my doing, actually. Um,
You want to share that story?
no, we'll keep that off the internet.
Okay. So people bullied Isabella because I was in prison.
A lot when I was younger,
Yep.
because everyone would ask me, "Where's your dad?" Like, we never see your mom with anyone, or like the parents would ask around, and everyone like wanted to know like why mom's single, because my mom is gorgeous and I look just like her. So thanks to her and you.
Well, you got my blue eyes.
I do. But so that's how everything started, and then obviously parents would talk and research you and find things out that was online, and mom would get bombarded with questions, and then it was like, oh, like you don't have a dad and your dad's a criminal, like you're a loser, basically. So it was kind of hard, but then like I was like, honestly, I don't really care what you think. I was like, that became my mindset, because mom never cared what anyone thought growing up, like what she looked like or how she dressed to go to the grocery store or anything like that. So she kind of like helped me understand that like it doesn't matter.
What were some of the other challenges? Did you
Um,
did you move frequently?
Money was definitely a challenge for her and me. Single mother with a kid, it's not easy, especially a girl.
No papers.
Yeah, and no papers. And
That's not a newspaper, guys.
No. But we moved a lot. Like, maybe I think one year we moved like 4 times, 3 times maybe. And it was always back and forth. And rent was increasing, and it was hard for her to keep up with it. And I like saw parts of her, like how she struggled and how it affected me, and like sometimes our relationship, because she'd take things out on me sometimes because it was just me and her, and then obviously I would take things out on her because I don't have any siblings when I was growing up. So that was pretty hard, but she overcame them, and she's doing much better now compared to back then.
She's married and has a few stepkids
She has 2 stepdaughters
and 2 dogs,
and 2 dogs.
which I used to think she hated dogs. And for some reason, she convinced Isabella that I hate dogs.
And I convinced her to get me our first dog, Kiki.
Because I love dogs. I've always had dogs.
Okay, but you won't let me get a dog.
That's because you're hard enough, you're responsible enough for yourself.
And I'm responsible for a dog.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's definitely, we're not having that discussion on the internet. So, or on Spotify or on
That
Apple.
would be so funny.
Let's throw it down. Throw down the dog gauntlet. So, yes.
Okay, what about the Urus?
We all do have to urinate from time. So she's talking about urinating. So that's another crazy thing. So Isabella's a car girl, and you guys know I talk about cars all the time, and apparently we are getting a sponsorship for the IndyCar series. I have to talk a little bit more about that with the driver, but that's pretty insane. And I have to tell you that my biggest motivation was to come home for my 4 daughters. I love each and every one of them, although I haven't had a chance to make amends or make it up to Sarah, Madison, and Carly. I did see Madison and Carly, and I'm very proud of them. But Isabella was here on Wednesday. I just remarried to Lucy. Actually, I call her Lucy. That's Gabriella, and I refer to her as Lucille Ball, like with Ricky Ricardo. Okay, Lucy. Okay. And you guys can look that up. It doesn't probably mean anything to all you young guys. But I know Isabella has gotten to know Gabriella, and I hope that someday that they will spend more and more time together, and they have both an affinity for shopping. Only Gabriella is a bargain hunter, and Isabella is a retail bargain hunter. So
What does that mean?
it means you go to places where
I
there
buy
are
everything
sales.
on sale mostly.
Everything?
Most of the time. No.
Most of the
Most
time.
of the time.
Most of the time.
Like, if it's worth it,
I'd shop at
I'm
Marshall's.
just gonna go
So
buy it. But at least I have my own money, so I can go buy
yes,
whatever
you
I
do,
want.
and you work hard. And guys, Isabella has a scholarship for school. She got it because she's actually smart. So, and she's been working hard. Well, we weren't sure, you know. Definitely wasn't sure.
I do have a scholarship.
Yes, we know. We know that. Thank God for that. So, what do you want people to know about you? Forget about me.
You already asked that.
No, really, what do you want them to know about you?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Is that your natural hair color?
No.
Okay. Are those real nails?
No.
Okay. So
Are those your
why
real eyelashes? No.
why cars?
Like,
Tell me.
they bring me excitement. They're
Okay.
super, like when I get behind the wheel of my current car and still with the first car that I had to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's like freedom
Mm-hmm.
after just being alone with mom for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I couldn't drive, and I just felt super always trapped
Mm-hmm.
and like more so alone. So then, like, with the freedom of having a car, especially a fast one, I can just go take a drive and like chill out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's relax. To me, it's relaxing, honestly.
You know, your grandfather used to love to drive. I actually love to drive.
You do love to drive.
Um, I don't love driving the Chevy Impala that I drive, but you know, Isabella said she won't get in the car because it's disgusting. But I actually like that car. Had a big truck engine in it, very
No,
powerful.
you made me take it to school once, and I literally got attacked for it.
You know, guys, listen to me this. Okay, you can't put anybody down for what they don't have. It's not about what they drive. It's not about what they wear. It's what's inside them. It's about the content of what's inside them, the quality and the content of what's in their heart. So, guys, when you see a young girl like Isabella and you see someone, you don't know what their story is. So when you see somebody at Starbucks or, you know, at 7-Eleven getting a bottle of water, you don't know what their story is. What you need to do is you need to be genuinely kind to them. And by being kind to them, it's only going to do good things for you. So, Chris, how long have we been running for? Check this. Yeah. I don't know how Tanner does it. Okay. All right. So,
No, I feel like the perception that people have of me is more like,
stuck up.
yeah, they see me walk in and like they immediately are like, oh, she looks like a spoiled brat, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to UT, so I mean, honestly, kids at UT all have that kind of perception behind them because
Mhm.
it's a private school and it is pretty expensive. Not as expensive as UMiami though.
That's true.
But
you didn't get a scholarship to UMiami,
no, I did not.
which is, I think it's called the Harvard of the South these days.
Yeah, but just no one knows like what I've been through personally, and I feel like I've always gotten judged through elementary school, middle school, and high school, and sometimes in college.
Mm-hmm.
And like people just like should keep it to themselves, and like they don't need to know like every like bit of my background because I mean, now with you doing social media, a
Mhm.
lot of our life gets posted online. But
We don't post a lot of our
we
personal
don't
life.
post a lot, but like the podcasts, a lot of the podcasts that you do, they go like deep. So
Mhm. Mhm.
people that do listen to them hear
Mhm.
those things and then they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be so mean to her. Like, I don't know what she went through, and she seems like she went through something rough, but when you see me, you don't like realize that because I don't like portray like that kind of person.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like hold it with me because I just let it go.
So, what people need to understand is being genuine. Being genuine doesn't mean that you take your defenses down. Being genuine means that who you are is who you are. So, even today, I have, as I've gotten some more exposure, I'm getting more and more people taking shots at me and trying to upset me or whatever. And I wish them only the very best. I do a lot of reaction videos, and I do sometimes speak harshly about anti-Semitic people and so forth. And when I've spoken harshly about certain people and they've reached out to me, I have stood up and admitted I was wrong. Like a very successful young man from Dallas, Fareed, and we've become good friends. Like a very successful gentleman here in Miami, Eric Spotford, and he's been nothing but a gentleman to me. And we're going to be on a podcast this coming Monday. What I think, going through what I went through, it taught me something that I had lost when I became very wealthy. And what I had lost was true empathy, to understand that everybody has a story, their journey. And when I was able to find my true north, which was my relationship with God, the fact that I know this real estate business and I can actually help somebody who was going to be released from prison. There were the different courses that I taught to make people be able to be successful, and people would leave prison and they would buy actually properties and do really well with basic training and basic knowledge. So you asked me what it was like to be in prison. You asked me what motivated me on the inside. What motivated me on the inside was coming home to the people I love. And that's just not Isabella. That's her other sisters. Never thought I would get remarried again. Never thought I would meet someone that is the epitome of me in a skirt. But I did, and we are now married. And I didn't discuss it with Isabella and ask for her approval, because she doesn't ask for my approval on a lot of things. But that's not it. And what you need to understand is there are people that belong in an incarcerated system, but the system doesn't work. What the system needs to do is to force people to be educated, because education is the biggest paradigm shift. It helps people to lift up their it lifts emotional feelings. It helps people to push their self-esteem so that they can do anything. And that in itself would change the whole federal or state system if people were going to get educated and give them a tangible skill to do something. Now, you have a free workforce, so somebody should look at that workforce and figure out a way to get that workforce to help the United States economy. We're going to continue more in this series about peeling the onion, about my experience. But I will tell you, prison is not a vacation, as Andrew Tate says it is. It's not fun. It does clarify things within your mindset, but it also can sharpen your mindset. So if you want people to know one thing, okay, that is going to make them look at you differently, what do you want to tell them? It's not hair, nails, or shopping, or cars.
Okay, money isn't everything. That's something you always say to me. Money's not the world. When you had money before you went to prison, it didn't change the way that you are now. It changed you, like how you act now. You're very low key, keep things to yourself, not showy at all. And money doesn't buy happiness.
No.
And it obviously never will.
Buys groceries.
But it buys.
And you love to cook.
It buys cars.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Chicken cutlets.
Oh,
the way
yeah.
Mom would always make them.
You cooked them the other day for all of us.
And pasta with vodka
The
sauce.
pasta was a little sticky.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't my usual.
That wasn't your usual. I told you to use the bigger pot.
Yeah.
It would have worked better. So, what about the risotto?
The orzo. It's orzo.
It's orzo.
Garlic parm orzo.
You're making me hungry. Don't start me, please. Please. All right, guys. We're going to come back. Isabella's on spring break. She's going to be here in the summertime. She's going to create her own podcast series. It's going to be Fashion with Isabella and the Car Girl in Miami. So let's go. But I want to tell Isabella, I love you, sweetie.